Good morning, good day, good afternoon, depending on where you are, guys. It's a Sunday once again, and this is a Forex market preview for this week. We'll be looking at pairs that will trigger. There's so many pairs to look at, but I only choose to focus on the pairs that I actually trade because there's no need for me to go through the entire market, just simply because I want to focus on this that matters to me, to the ones that actually matters to me. So let's look at this economic calendar for the week. Monday, is it a bank holiday? Because we have nothing on Monday here at all. Okay, Tuesday, Break Summit. Oh, there's a Break Summit on Tuesday. Okay. We have FOMC. Oh, sorry. Yes, FOMC Hacker speaks. And we have government BOE. Daily speaks. That will be at 9:25 a.m. So we'll be seeing some HNFMC and the Richmond PM Index. ECB President Lagarde speaks as well here. We might likely to get some volatility here, I believe. And on Wednesday, we have Break Summit again. Canadian dollar monetary policy and interest rates. And then at 10, ECB President's press conference here, Kiwis, okay. I won't mention this, I don't really care about this. What about Thursday? Thursday will be a lot here, will be a busy day. Starting with Euro PMI, and then what else we have? Pound PMI as well. This will be a 3 because this will be within my trading time, by the way, on Thursday, as well as here on Thursday 9:45 PMI as well, and we have Canadian dollar. Unemployment claims as well. This will be a lot actually. So, and on Friday, we have retail sales, Canadian dollar retail sales, and durable goods. That will be our week like that. So let's look at the market now. We start with the DXY, aka the dollar. So last week, I remember this, we did talk about this. We want to see how price will react when it comes to the constant encroachment of this fair value gap. This is the weekly fair value gap. Let's go down to weekly chart here. So to this weekly fair value gap, we checked to the constant encroachment, but we didn't push above it. So I want to see how price reacts to this level, right? So far we can tell price check into it, but in close above it, it's simply reverse the picture. But if I wanted to look at this thing this way, determining bias, because the only thing that I want in this case, when I try, for me, it's all about having a bias. In this case, what is our bias? Let's look at the candles vesting here. We have last week pushed above the previous week's high, and actually it closed above it, indicating that this week we should be expecting a bullish week. That's simple, just by simply looking at the candles here. What have I done here? Okay. By simply looking at the candles, then we have a bias there. And where is our drawn liquidity? Again, we still have this failure swings here, and we still have this high here. So which means that this week, I want to see price pushing above the constant encroachment of the summary gap, or then close above it, and I'm looking for this high here. Let me just look right here. Not this one. We'll be looking for a bullish dollar to 104. It's safe to say 104.7, and it's going to be 104.80. That's where we are headed. Bullish DXY here. Let's look at the daily chart now, or a daily chart. This will be even interesting on a daily here. What are we looking for in this case with a bullish? Remember that we have, in this case, we have external range liquidity turn up here. We're pushing back down into internal range. It's going to be the fair value gap. So I want to see price pushing down to the fair value gap here before it can rally to the upside way to close above the sides and eventually to this 104.80 key level. That will be daily chart. Now, there's no need for us to go to 4-hour chart, by the way, because today it's a Sunday, right? Okay, I'm going to stop right here on the 4-hour chart. What do we see on the 4-hour chart? We need liquidity to liquidity internal to external, external to internal, right? We have plenty of lows here. We have this low as well as this low. And again, don't forget, we have this daily fair value gap here. So which means there's a good chance the market will push to these levels before it can rally to the upside. That's how simple it is, the basic of this, looking at DXY for this week, right? So from here on, where do we go? Let's look at Euro. Euro USD on a weekly chart. Yes, I am bearish on Euro. I'm going to based on my bias is always based on two things. The first one is that it's going to be liquidity. And the second method is going to be simply understanding the candles. In this case, this was last week's candle. It pushed below this candle and actually closed below it, indicating that we are bearish right to this low. And eventually we still have this volume imbalance. So I talked about this volume balance for far too long now. So I believe price will push down into this volume imbalance before it can do what it wants to do. So we're looking for price this low here, volume imbalance, before we can get something else here. So which means in this case, the liquidity chart, bearish. Drawn liquidity is going to be this low and the volume imbalance down here. Daily chart, let's go down to daily. On a daily, it's simple. It's so simple. We simply want to see price checking into what? Into internal range liquidity, because we want to trade from internal, anticipating what price to push down to external. Where is our internal in this case going to be this 5 value gap here? Then to the downside. That's how simple it is. We are bearish here. Let's see if we have something on a 4-hour chart. And on a 4-hour chart here, we do have something just like on DXY here. We still don't forget this. It's going to be that daily 5 value gap, right? We push below slow, this return back up into this 5 value gap here. It's going to be a CB, sensitive balance percent efficiency. Then from there, range high down to slow, we push back down into this. I'm going to ignore some of the things because I want to focus on the simplest things ever, okay? We obviously trading at premium here. We have this high here. Officially our buy side liquidity were at premium, and then we have order block here, and then we still have this whole favor could not fill completely, and again into a daily 5 value gap. Remember that daily 5 value gap, this will be the 5 value gap or the daily chart. So I want to see price pushing back up here to these levels. Even better, we have also have an order block right here before it can push lower to the downside like this. So this is what I'm anticipating here. On Euro USD, we are bearish. So let's see. I'm gonna go back down to from Euro. This will be my on Euro, right? The next one will be Pound, GBP, USD. Last week there was a potential trade, but we didn't check it here. I am bearish on this one as well. I'm expecting lower prices, right? Oh no, sorry guys. So here's the thing. So here's a tricky situation here. And this, it has to do with euros and GBP USD, right? We look at this thing here. We look at bias, simply we push below this low, and actually we didn't close below it, indicating this here on GBP a potential reversal. This indicates a reversal on GBP. But then we are bullish DXY and we are bearish Euro. How come? But this one, in this case, we've seen this the past few days where Euro was, GBP was the strongest, but not the other two. So what am I anticipating here? Okay, this is what I see here. Price at this low. So the question is now, is this a grab of liquidity or a simple market structure shift? What do you think? Here's what I think. Let me show you this. Price right to the upside. This will be what the buy side liquidity be checking out here, right? The buy side liquidity checking out high, low, high, boom to the downside. We're going to start 1, 2, 3 to the downside, breaking below the store. So this here, to me, I believe this is going to be our market structure shift. So what are we looking for this week? We're simply looking for price to turn back up into what? Into internal. In this case, going to be this 5 value gap here on the weekly chart, weekly 5 value gap. What do we have here with this 5 value gap? Oh, actually, it's a balanced price range over here. We have balanced price range, so expect price to check into it. If it pushes lower, again, we have series of up close candle, which makes this one a bullish order block. A bearish order block here. We have a bearish order block, and then we have this down close candle, also makes it what? A breakout, which means now we have a breaker, order block, and a balanced price range. So this means expecting price push can be to this order block or this before it pushes lower. So if it pushes downside, where to? In this case, we have a low. We have this low here. We have this redshift equal lows here. We have this low here. We have this feather swing here as well. Can you see something here? A phantom trend line liquidity, which means we have this. Let me just cut through here. We have this liquidity resting below this lows. So this most likely we are likely to see energetic move to the downside and switching lower prices from here on. So this is my idea on GBP USD. Daily chart, no, there's nothing interesting here on daily. We traded within this 5 value gap here, and we actually closed above this 5 value gap, so which means there's a good chance to still push higher to these levels. And if we push higher to this balance price range, which means can be ideal, because we can mean that price will simply check what's this here? We'll check out the buy side above this side to these levels before it melts to the downside. So that's my idea on GBP USD. I am bearish. Let's look at I want to see price pushing back up to those levels first before it can push lower. Let's look at USD CAD. I don't trade USD guys. We are bullish USD here. I'm expecting price to push above this high. Is gonna be August high. Actually, yes, it is 5th August high here. So I want to see price pushing up above this high here. And then from there, which means we can anticipate price to push back down into this family gap. Let's say we push down into rigidity, then push higher to the upside. And one more thing here that is key as well within this one, why I love this one is that we also had this CB here, sell-side balance by selling efficiency, right, or a bearish family gap, which means we actually closed above it, which means we can use it as an inversion family gap, then going to the upside to those highs over there. That's going to be on a weekly chart. Let's go to daily chart. On the daily chart, we can look for the same thing here. Let's remove this. We can still anticipate price to put it downside, or okay, the downside. We only have this family gap here. So what I love about this one is that we also have, there's so many things to talk about here on the daily chart. So many things to talk about daily chart. Let's look at Friday here. We failed push, but above this high, but interest above it, indicating to a reversal. So there's a possibility that we can get some sort of chance move to downside here, maybe to this entire liquidity here before a continuation higher. So that's gonna be USD CAD for me. Let's look at Swiss franc. Swiss franc weekly chart. We are bullish as well here. We push above the side, close above it, and also have this CB here, certain balance by side efficiency, which means we have last week we closed above it, so there's a chance we can use it as an inversion family gap. And within it, we also have this bullish order block here on a weekly chart. Go down to daily. Oh, that is even perfect. Look at this. We have intraday liquidity here, fair value gap, right? We have this fair value gap here. Fair value gap, anticipating price to put down fair value gap, or even just a weekly. Remember this red line here, a weekly order block. Or we also have a daily order block here. So check interest levels or even this level before pushing higher there. That's how simple it is, right? You used to get what I'm anticipating for this week. Yes, I am bullish, but I want to see more better. If I'm bullish, I want to see opening price push below. I want to see price trading below the opening price, so to get a very good entry there, anticipating what higher prices. So let's look at Aussie here. Aussie, we are bearish, heavily bearish on Aussie. We're down to this level. It's gonna be, let me just drop a purple line. It's gonna be 6622. Bearish to this levels. However, I don't like this here. So here's what I'm gonna see here. This in favor gap here. We close below it. You're gonna use it as an inversion gap here. What we have seen is that inversion favor gap, we also have this making this a balanced price range, a favor gap that could rebalance a favor gap. So still expecting price to run back up into this level here. Fill this one before it can push this lower. So yeah, that's how separate is on a weekly chart here. Go down to daily. On the daily, so which means we want to see, let's remove this here. I want to see this type of movement, price run to the upside to this fair gap, and even if you check out this high here, the trade will be ideal. Why that high? Because lots of buy side liquidity resting upon that high, stops, buy stops, and as well stop losses. Once the price changing them up then before it pushes lower to the downside. That's my idea on Aussie here. Let's look at Kiwi as well. Kiwi, the same thing here on the chart. We are bearish, heavily bearish, and switching lower prices, right? Which means now, for now, last week I was simply expecting price to push back into the space here, of which is a good chance that this may just be a breakaway gap. One thing I don't like about this one is that we open displacement to downside one, but we didn't get a chance back to that favor gap, order block, and as well as a breaker. We push below this low. This can here last week push below it, but in close above, indicating we like to get a bullish day, a bullish week, or we anticipating price to be bullish at least to this fair value gap here. If not fair value gap, you can also consider the volume imbalance, so which means I'll be careful with this one. I can also consider the volume imbalance when I see price back up to this level before it pushes lower. So that should be gold. Let's look at gold. Bullish. I have nothing interesting in gold. Bullish week here. All-time highs. We are bullish. There's nothing I can do or work with there. On a 4-hour chart, there's nothing I can work with as well here. So if maybe we can get a reversal to downside to internal range liquidity, right, into a fair value gap, maybe. If price can push lower to a fair value gap, then we'd like to get a good chance to go long. That's what. And one thing I love about gold is that it's very good at checking liquidity before it continues to keep on doing what it wants to do. It happens that it does that a lot of the time. So guys, yeah, these are the markets I'll be paying attention on for this week. So indexes, I don't really care about them. Why? There's no need for us to go to them like I always do. So guys, Tomorrow, London session, we will be live, we will be trading, and yeah, as always with the private group. But I will do make a session during the week that I make it open to everyone. So guys, that's all I want to share for this one. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Cheers. I am out.